traditionally organisations were, very functionally orientated, and many still are. And what most businesses have started to realise is that despite the functions that where we have clear sort of boundaries and roles and so on, that there are processes that sit across those that really serve the true external customer. And a principle called systems thinking says, any organization really should try and be reaching a point where those different functions almost take more of a backseat. And it's the efforts from the individuals and teams within those functions that should be propping up and supporting and improving those end-to-end processes, because they're the real assets that genuinely serve the external customer. If those processes don't work effectively, the external customer is going to feel that, and then that's going to be the perception they have of your entire business. So when it comes,
so much of that last graphic on this screen plays back into one of your earlier slides when you were talking about the collaborative working, and teams of people being together and work, in order to sort difficulties out, and learning and growing and satisfaction and so on, doesn't it? It is a
absolutely,
very
yeah.
different way of approaching your
Yes, I
work.
think if you stay too confined to your own function, it could make your view, perhaps too narrow,
Yeah.
and that could lead to what we call sub-optimization. So, as I've drawn a conclusion there, I think from a process thinking point of view, those different functions need to collaborate in the interests of improving the process, whatever that entails, which does kind of give an allowance to say that different functions, therefore, could have different approaches. But the important point is that those, whether they're different approaches or not, they've got to be complementary towards driving towards the same overarching vision for that business, or objective. So what we wouldn't suggest is wise would be to have, one department that's going whole hog with, I don't know, some sort of agile approach, and a different department going into the lean theory, and then those two departments causing some sort of conflict with one another in terms of those two interests, which then damages the ability of the process to deliver to the true customer. So I think I've been in situations where different functions have used different approaches, but in the interest of the same pursuit. So with my background being aerospace, we had quality functions who were very much looking down the sort of Six Sigma tools, doing quality improvements with an aim to reduce the defects we generated, which would enable us to speed up the rate at which we produced. Whereas the operational people were very much in the lean camp, looking for waste and optimizing that and taking out waste so we could speed up rates. So both came together really neatly,
Yeah.
to drive towards the same common goal.